What's up, everybody? We are live. Welcome back to Wandering Wads, episode 4 of Wandering Wads. Wads is wondering, whatever it is. Glad you guys are here today. And a lot of stuff going on in my brain today, so bear with me. We're going to get through this. Trust me, we will. I'm telling that to myself. Anyway, topic of today that I wanted to talk about is a little known company and their little known slogan, and that's Nike and just do it. Super simple, right? It's only 3 words, but man, it does mean a whole lot in my infomercial voice. But wait, there's more. It's all about taking action. Gentleman that I follow pretty closely is Gary Vaynerchuk, and he always talks about this too. You got to take action. You got to take that step. What hits home for me is he also talks about, and other people talk about, why haven't you started? What's holding you back? We can sit there and talk all day long about the things we want to do, the goals we want to accomplish, where we want to be in 3 to 5 years. We can talk about that. And again, this comes for me because I've done this. We talk, and then weeks go by, months go by, a year goes by, years go by. And then you're still just in that same position you were back then. And, taking that step can be scary. It can be very scary. And it reminds me of the other day I was on Facebook reading a post, and in there was a quote, and I'm reading it here just so I make sure I do it right. The quote was, "I didn't do it recklessly, but I also didn't do it fearlessly." And the person who wrote that post was very correct in what he was saying is, hey, you don't want to jump into things recklessly. You don't want to go into them not understanding the consequences, good and bad, and understanding their magnitude, right? And what could come of it. You've got to look at that, weigh the options, understand them, and before you can take action. However, then what he talked about was, well, you can't do it with fear. I disagree with that. As kids, we watch these movies, TV shows, and we see all these heroes and everything. And as kids, we see courage and bravery as action without fear. One thing that I have grown to understand, or the way that I think about courage and bravery, is it's actually taking action in spite of fear. You look at courageous people or people that we look up to, people that we consider brave, and they still take action even though they're afraid to. Now, I'm not saying that I am super courageous or brave or anything like that, but on the other side of that, you can't be afraid to try things. You can't be afraid to fail. What you've got to be fearful of is not taking action, never knowing what could have been, and not allowing those doubts to take up space in your life, and I've done that. I've let those fears take up space and keep me from taking action. And again, I'm not saying that I'm courageous or brave or anything, but it's something that I have dealt with day to day, taking action. Some examples. Was it 2017 when I started, WADS LLC, and that's our design and drafting contracting business. It's a scary thing. It was a scary thing back then. It still is a scary thing because you never know what's going to happen on a day-to-day basis, but I had to do it. I had to take that action. I could not just sit back and wonder what if, and one thing that Amanda said to me back then was, when all that went on and went down, is, she said, hey, you've always talked about it. You've always talked about it, starting your own design and drafting business. Maybe this is the kick in the pants you need to actually make it happen. She wasn't wrong, and, even going a little bit further and make it a little bit simpler, even with these videos that I'm shooting, I've talked about creating, a YouTube channel or whatever, and talking, and it's always been something I've talked about and thought about, and I've shot videos on it. In fact, I'll probably share some of those with you along our journey, from years ago, where I've actually shot these videos, but I've never posted anything. So when I do these videos, like, don't get me wrong, like, these are, I got nerves running through my blood, you know. I mean, it's scary. You have the what ifs. What if nobody watches? What if people laugh at me? What if people don't get what I'm trying to do? You kind of got to get past that and do it in spite of that fear. You have to take that action because you'll never know. You never know what's going to happen. Um, and if you try something and you fail, okay, learn, pivot, try something else, you know. But yeah, I'm just kind of rambling here like I always do and like I always say I am. But you really got to just take action. Yeah, you're going to have that fear. You're going to be afraid of things, but do it in spite of that. You know, don't wait. Take action. Whatever that goal is, whatever that step is, take that first step and take action, because you don't want to go a year, 5 years, 10 years, and you're still talking about and you're still wondering about what if, what would have happened if I had done that when I said I was going to, or when I first started talking about that. Don't let that time pass. You know, that's the only resource that's non-renewable is time. You don't get any of that back. You know, take that action, take that time. um, and I'm going to leave you with a funny little thing. I was dropping the boys off for school this morning, and one of the teachers, we love them, one of them said, "Hey, happy Groundhog's Day." And I was like, "Oh, it's Groundhog's Day." Like, I forget that that there's things happening. You know, we're so involved with everything that I forgot it's Groundhog's Day. So I'm kind of tying this in kind of a funny way because it helps me too. You know, humor is a big thing for us. um, you know, we've all seen that movie Groundhog's Day with Bill Murray, you know, where his character wakes up and he has to relive the same day over and over and over. And it just kind of got me thinking and kind of tied into, you know, you got to take action. So I'm going to leave you with this, and hopefully this is not too silly, but I thought it was pretty good. Um, Basically, it's take action today. Take steps towards achieving your goals. Do whatever that task is that you've been afraid to do. You know, take action. Take that first step. Don't wake up tomorrow in today's world. It's a little silly, but it means a lot. You know, don't wake up tomorrow in today's world. Take that action. Make it happen. Like I always tell family, you know, make it happen, Captain. Don't talk about it, be about it, you know, all that good stuff. So anyway, I think that's all I've got for today. I appreciate you guys watching this. If you are, yeah, that's awesome. If nobody's watching this and it's just me talking to myself, well, hey, later on I can go in and we can laugh about it. Anyway, appreciate you guys, and we will see you guys later. Thanks.